Right. 11 July 2024. And today I'm very happy to be giving you my update, my morning update. And today we've got a very busy day ahead of us. And as you know, I've been on the road traveling. So right now, I'm ready to be in Lusaka at Mlungushi International Conference Center. And there's going to be a lot of activities over there. However, my role is to make sure that I get you as much information as possible regarding what is happening with the SADC MCO, Ministerial Committee of the organ. And this is something that has never happened in our country before, where we actually stay on top of what is happening with SADC. Most times we hear about something that it has happened, but it's very rare for us to actually be on the ground when the thing is happening. So what we want to do is that going forward, we want to bring you guys things as they happen. We don't want you to be told that something happened and a decision was made when you're not there. So I'm very excited that we're going to be entering a new season in media in Zimbabwe, and this is very, very exciting. But before I go forward, you can see that I'm wearing a beautiful shirt. I would like to thank Tari Design for this beautiful shirt. If you want this shirt, you go to taridesign.com. So taridesigns.com, that's where you get this beautiful shirt. Amazing work by Tari, and she's amazing. So I want to now go into what is going to happen today. But before I do so, I want to give you guys the news. So there is a lot that is happening. You know that there's been a break-in at Mnangagwa's house. Mnangagwa, the senior, the president of Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa is building a house in Borrowdale. And this house is at an area called Helensvale. And it's located between Wheeldon Avenue and Crowhill Road. It's strange that newspapers have got the address of Mnangagwa's house. And this address, you can find it in the Newsday newspaper. So the newspaper actually has the address in the newspaper. And they say that 3 men attempted to break into this house where Mnangagwa is building a house. And now the problem is the police are refusing to investigate or failing to investigate the cases. They're just not capacitated. And normally these kind of investigations will have to be done by the military. But I do not know what is happening. The police have issued a statement and they're saying these are complicated investigations and they can only investigate these with time. So it takes time to investigate break-ins into Mnangagwa's homes. So Kuda Mnangagwa had a break-in, and you remember what happened? People came in through the ceiling. According to the report, I'm not saying that is what happening. According to the report, people came in through the ceiling when Kuda Mnangagwa was watching TV, probably with Tokelo, and then they took whatever they took from his bedroom. They went to his garage and cut off the headrest of his Range Rover. I've told you about that story. Then recently, there was a fire at Kuda Mnangagwa's home. Then there was another fire at Kuda Mnangagwa's home. And then there was a break-in at the ZTA where Tonga Mnangagwa has got a home. Previously, there was a break-in at Mnangagwa's farm in Kwekwe where people store solar panels. And I've said to you that Mnangagwa does not use cameras, so he does not use CCTV. And I was asking guys in intelligence why Mnangagwa does not use CCTV. And they were saying the reason why these guys don't use CCTV is because they're actually afraid that someone is going to be watching them. So how crazy is that? Like Mnangagwa's homes don't have CCTV because they're afraid that someone can remotely watch them. Because these days CCTV is also got connection to the internet. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that is the reason that I've been given. That Mnangagwa doesn't use CCTV for that reason. But it's crazy. The house of Mnangagwa, President Mnangagwa, has been attacked over the weekend where he's constructing a mansion in Crowhill. And I don't know if this is credible or not. Newsday newspaper belongs to Mnangagwa, so they would know these kind of things. So let's see. My belief is that we're in the post-Mnangagwa era, but most people don't understand that we're in the post-Mnangagwa era. The post-Mnangagwa era needs to be managed properly because if you do not do the right things, you end up with someone who's worse off than Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has destroyed our country. Mnangagwa's presidency has been a disaster. And what has happened in his second term is that Mnangagwa has blatantly gone out to put his family in a place of advantage, to check resources. He does not care. And Mnangagwa does not even respond anymore to these kind of things when they come out. The ZEC issue is a big problem. The issues at ZEC, massive problem. At ZEC, the rigging is now confirmed that there was open rigging. Wicking is not arrested, which means these big organizations like ZAC that have been put in place, the commissions are not working. Similarly, the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission is incapacitated. We've been saying the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission should investigate the murder of Pastor Tapmani Masaya with no luck. So we have a serious problem in terms of Zimbabwe. Almost everything not working. Then let's quickly look at what else is happening. There is a lot of news in South Africa, and I want to take you through the trending story. So as you know that I've been traveling, so I probably didn't upload all my pictures, but I want to take you through an amazing story that is happening in South Africa. And I want to show you this guy here. So this is MacG. MacG is a popular podcast in South Africa, one of the most popular podcasts in South Africa. I think they publish on a weekly basis, and they get massive views, like more views than anybody else. But today they're in the news for the wrong reason, and because the new Minister of Sports, Getron Mackenzie, has performed an investigation or has threatened to perform an investigation. And he says here, socialite Mohale Motaung and podcaster MacGyver Mukwevo, popularly known as MacG, are some of the celebrities and entertainers who have scored big from the government relief funds. So these guys got a lot of funds from the government. Then companies linked to the pair each received 75,000 rand from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture at the height of the shutdowns in 2020 and 2021. At the time, artists affected by COVID-19 national lockdown are required to apply for government financial assistance. Funding varied according to the applicant's needs. Motaung applied on behalf of Glam Troop, a company that specializes in matric dance and graduation. So they're just showing that here a lot of people applied for those funds. And then Mukwevo or MacG also benefited through his company M2N Services, which he ran with the Ndanganeni Juliet Mukwevo. And internet search did not give details of what kind of business it is. So there is a list of beneficiaries here, and this has caused a lot of problems in South Africa. And there is a whole list here of people who got money from the government. And then they end by saying that McCain said he will look into allegations that some beneficiaries are not South Africans. So this is crazy. But this is the trending story for today. MacG, extremely popular. And obviously, when such stories arise, the question then comes to say, who is supposed to fund the artists? Because 75,000 is nothing. To tell you the truth, for Gambakwe, 75,000 won't be enough because there are 10 people who work for Gambakwe. So how do you make these people survive during the time when, let's say, if there's a shutdown or a lockdown? How do you survive? Just traveling around, these things cost a lot of money. And I think funding in South Africa, it needs to be looked at. People need to understand how artists can be funded. Especially companies do nothing for media. And this is one of the biggest problems that we have. Then in South Africa, again, a Zimbabwean man called Lovemore Musoyi has escaped from police custody. He escaped in January 2023, and police are looking for him now because he's continuing to commit crimes. So Lovemore Musoyi is being looked for by police, including for murder. He murdered somebody, this Zimbabwean guy in Limpopo. He's been operating in Limpopo. And I want to quickly look at the newspapers. Let's see if my favorite newspaper, the HMF newspaper, is published. And then we'll give you guys other stories. Let me look at H Metro Zimbabwe. Okay, so H Metro, there is nothing new. There's yesterday's newspaper where they're talking about the theater of death. I don't know what the theater of death is. And then let's look at Herald Zimbabwe and see if there's anything over there. Herald Zimbabwe, nothing. Chronicle Zimbabwe, nothing. So these guys are not publishing in time. They're very slow. Chronicle is even taking 2 days to publish a newspaper. But if you go to the website, you will see that there's actually something there. They do publish news very, very frequently. And so I'm going to put back our banner so that you guys can understand. I will soon be starting the day's programs. Today we're going to be very busy. We've got a lot of programs today in Lusaka here. So for today, you're going to be seeing me a lot. You're going to see me a lot. And we're going to invite everyone in Lusaka to be part of what we're doing here. If I is Zimbabwean and you do nothing about the situation, it's your own problem. You can never blame anyone if things don't go well in our country. You've got an opportunity, you must do what needs to be done. So if you don't do what needs to be done, then it's your own problem. Ourselves, we are doing what needs to be done. I'm spending so much time on what needs to be done. And we are putting action into our words. So myself, I'm not like other people that will just sit in front of their little camera and talk. I actually have to participate. And what we want to build is an amazing country. So we don't want the situation where we leave these things to other people. And we want to take all of you along with us. We want you to be part of what is happening in our country. So going forward, we don't want a country where only a few people determine what happens. If you see yourself struggling, no money, living in a foreign country, and you never question the system, then it's a problem. We need to have a system in our country which works. If you go to other countries and you pass through the airports, through their hotels, through their communities, you can see development. In Zimbabwe, there's no development. There is a country that is stagnant politically, economically, and socially. If you walk through Harare, it has gone backwards compared to where it was in the past. We need to change our country, and we all need to play a part. And I'm very happy that guys are now more conscious about what they need to do. You need to be more conscious about what needs to be done. You cannot delegate your responsibility as a citizen to other people. You cannot blame Kamisa. You cannot blame Gambakwe. You cannot blame anyone else. It is your duty as a citizen to make sure that you make your country the best country that can be for your children, for the future. You cannot just sit there and leave everything to other people. So today we're going to be in Lusaka here, and we're going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be in Lusaka for a long, long time. And I want to make sure that we don't miss this opportunity. So I want to look at if there's any other news here. What Gajena has got is beautiful cars back, his house, everything. Zach has been told to give it back. You'll find that in the Herald newspaper. And what else is going on? Mnangagwa is in Belarus. Still, she is disappeared. She's not moving around with the delegation. However, yesterday, health ambassador, now she's health ambassador, tourism ambassador, women's ambassador. Come on, Auxilia. You can't be everything. Let me show you Auxilia Mnangagwa. Auxilia Mnangagwa. She makes me laugh. Like every time I see Auxilia Mnangagwa, I don't know. I don't feel like, I just feel like she tries too much. She does too much. Now look at Auxilia Mnangagwa here. So Health Ambassador, First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa and Belarus Minister of Healthcare, Mr. Alian Kajov, are joined by Ms. Arena Blaska and Alliance Demand in the meeting in Minsk yesterday. So I'm just pushing the name on purpose. So that is Auxilia Mnangagwa. She's not there with the women. She is just there for her own business. And what is going to eventually happen is when these guys go out of office, and Mnangagwa, we are going to have to rebuild this country from scratch. And If you're afraid of Mnangagwa, it's your own fault. You can't be afraid of someone who's leaving. Someone that has got only 3 years in office. They've told you that they're leaving. And you can't be afraid of such a person. It's crazy. If you're afraid of Mnangagwa right now, it's your own problem. Do not be afraid of Mnangagwa. Think about the future. Think about what needs to be done in the future. Not about Zana Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa, they're destroying the country. And no one in the system takes them seriously anymore. They know what they're only busy with their own thing. So if Mnangagwa sends you to do something, don't do it. That guy is going. He's going to be gone. Pretend as if he didn't get an opportunity. Because Mnangagwa, he had a big 5 years to do something. He failed. Now Mnangagwa in his last 4 years, in fact 3 years, and he says he's going to do something. He's not going to do anything. Mnangagwa, he's finished. His term is done. When the post-Mnangagwa era, we just need to make sure that the new guys that are coming are the proper guys. We don't want a situation where Mnangagwa leaves and then you have the worst person coming in his place. That would be terrible. So we don't want that to happen. And yeah, so there's some guys here who want to talk to me. If you want to talk to me, I've got exactly 5 minutes before I leave here, this room. This is someone's room. I need to leave this room and go back to my room. My room, it's not possible for me to shoot from there. You know, to my room to Zambia. So like, you've never seen such a big hotel room like a Zambian hotel room. Like, it's huge. And there's so much echo, more echo than in my house. So I had to ask for this room here. So if you want to join me and say something, you're welcome. But let me be reading the comments right now. We hear there are various groups planning this protest. I wonder if the agenda is the same. Yes, there are many, many groups organizing protest. CCC, Blue Movement, a lot of guys. Guys, I love this engagement. Do not delegate your responsibility to someone else. Do not say, Gamago is going to do it or Chamisa is going to do it. When people say, Chamisa, give us a signal, do you remember in the past? We want people to stop that. We want hundreds of people to do things. And we are going to be giving media coverage to everyone. I'm going to cover every single person. I've got no single political ambition in my body. Like, you will never see me politically involved. I'm not into politics as a candidate or as someone who's going to work in government. So that is the good thing about me. I can easily work with anybody and we can talk together. If they're doing something organizing, it's fine. But do not think that I'm going to be standing in the corner there, ignoring the people who are protesting. I'm going to go very near to them and they're going to see them. And I'm going to dedicate my time to these groups who are organizing. If I'm the only person available, which I won't, so that's still fine. I'm also a Zimbabwean. I can also protest. So that is also possible. Guys, you can see my internet is behaving here. Let's see. Bangube, you're saying Zimbabwe inspiration. Thank you very much. You know what hurts me the most is how our people are underachieving. Zimbabweans are underachieving everywhere. There is no single Zimbabwean who is doing what they should be doing outside the country. We are in foreign countries. Those who are in Zimbabwe, they're not achieving what they're supposed to achieve. We are extremely intelligent people. Yesterday, I got a call from guys in Nigeria. Right? They're saying, Zimbabwe, we've been watching what you're doing. Do you believe that? People are watching what we're doing everywhere. You young Zimbabweans, I want you to take part in the change that is coming. The period of Mnangagwa and all the guys who are in ZANU-PF is over. However, do not believe that the new thing is going to come by itself. And the divisions among the opposition is the problem. You don't want that division. You want people to work together. You want things to work. You want our country to do well. And the experiences that we have from all over the world, that is what we need to bring into our country. We want our country to do well. And don't look at other people with the necessary skills. I've consulted for over 40 listed companies in South Africa. Myself, I've gone in there. There is nothing special. I've consulted in America, in Europe, all these places. And I was telling people that when I go there, I'm actually the person that they are looking at for solutions. You, as the young Zimbabweans, you are the people that are supposed to provide solutions to our country. We don't want that country that you're seeing there, that has got no jobs, no money in the bank, corruption, and the Mnangagwa doing as they will and as they wish, with no one looking at what to do. So, take for example the ZEC issue. Total silence. No one knows what to do. We should never have that period again in our country. What we're having now in Zimbabwe is so shameful. Mnangagwa is so shameful, and I cannot believe that someone can do that to a country, to damage a country to the point where everything has fallen apart. Mnangagwa has destroyed the currency to zero since August 2023. Our currency has gone to zero. We started the SIG. The SIG has collapsed. People are unemployed. People are dying in hospital because of Mnangagwa and what he's doing. This is crazy. I cannot believe what has been happening with Mnangagwa. And young Zimbabweans, this is your time. We are in the post-Mnangagwa era. Let's not bring in the wrong people. The right people must come in. We must have a transitional system, and then we must have fresh elections. Fresh elections are essential, and this is what we're calling for. And I hope that young people are hearing us, and that is why everyone is participating. Then have you been given, Peter Toys, have you been given green light by Zambian authorities to protest? I've already addressed this topic. I'm not going to address it again. In Zambia, you don't need to be given permission to protest. You notify. The notification has been sent. And ZANU want to compare themselves to President Hakainde Hichilema. ZANU PF and President Hakainde Hichilema, they are nowhere near each other. President Hakainde Hichilema is a Democrat, and he does not stop demonstrations. So Manuel ZANU, stop whatever you are trying to do to make President Hakainde Hichilema part of your thing. President Hakainde Hichilema, the best president in Southern Africa, easily. The man has done a great job. Zambia is a jewel. People love the Zambian government. It's amazing what is happening in Zambia. So don't even compare ZANU and Mnangagwa with the President Hakainde Hichilema. And President Hakainde Hichilema is a God-fearing man. He does not do Mnangagwa's Uravan. Mnangagwa knows very well what happened to Pastor Tamane Masai. Pastor Tamane Masai was killed for handing out flyers. Pastor Tamane Masai was killed by Scott Sapkwanya's employees while handing out flyers in Mapuku after a by-election that was called by Mnangagwa and his people who tried to get rid of the CCC and also Jamisa. And his body was found, his naked body was found at Cleveland Dam. We've been trying since to get Police Commissioner Matanga to investigate this issue, and he's refused. And he wants to be SADC chairman. It's not possible. There's no way that Mnangagwa can be SADC chairperson. It's an embarrassment. So I don't know, guys. You can see on the freezer, and I'm frozen. That is because my Wi-Fi is quite weak here. Zambia, it's not like South Africa, right? It's amazing, it's beautiful, but so there's no sex like South Africa. So it's a bit slow, but it's amazing. Data is cheap here. The country is doing very, very well. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I'll be giving you updates throughout the whole day, and we have a long day ahead of us. So let's see if SADC has posted anything before I go. SADC, yes, if they posted anything, let's see what they've posted. Normally, you should just go to their website, but I can see with my internet is a bit slow here. So please forgive me as I look, because, and anyway, as I was saying, young people, this is your time. If you're a young person in Zimbabwe, this is your time. SADC has posted on Samim. They posted on Capital, SADC Youth Forum, Human Capital, the key drivers for sustainable development in SADC. They posted on, let's see what else they posted on. Let's see what is all about. Government communicates key players in SADC integration. That is the government of Botswana. They've communicated the key players SADC integration. So these are the posts that are here. Let me see if there's anything on the MCO meeting. Then obviously the MCO senior officials of SADC are in Zambia here for the MCO meeting. So it's going to be amazing. We are doing a great job as young people, and do not be afraid. So if you see people who are afraid of someone who's leaving, that is crazy. How can you be afraid of someone who's quit? Mnangagwa has quit, he's going. So don't be afraid of Mnangagwa, and do not be afraid of anything. We are building a nice, amazing country. No one can stop what is coming. We've got an amazing change coming in our country. And I want us to make sure that we communicate this change as it happens. As our country changes, I'm going to be there communicating for you. And you are not going to see me afraid on any day. You're not going to see that from me because I know what is happening. God is in it. When I say God is in it, I'm serious. It's a spiritual duty. And guys, I'm over talking here. I need to be out of here. I've been given up to 12:30. So let me wrap up this thing and be out of here. Thank you very much, everybody. And a good day to you all. I'm so sorry, guys. I have to run because she's literally standing here saying, get out, get out. So thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you later in the afternoon. A good day to you all.